welcome Dr. Maini, Dr. Chandrasekhar Maini is mainly known as Shekhar Maini. Shekhar ji. So we call him Shekhar ji or Shekhar Dada. That is the best. And he, as I had sent you all his introduction, he is a neuroscientist, he's an author, he's a yogi, and many different things. So I'll let him start the talk.
Most importantly, Dada.
Dada, right? And he's Dada in this, gravity. Gravity is like, you say, Gurutva. So that is the Dada here, Dadagiri.
Dada means brother.
Dada is brother for sure, but Dada also we mean like, something with strong, like Dadagiri in some cases. His mastery is in this neuroscience, which we think in yogic neuroscience, so which is something that finally modern science is making many discoveries that yoga or yogic sages had devised many years back, many centuries back. So this is one such effort that Dr. Shekhar ji will bring to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidyaji.
I just close the door for your information because some noise is coming from
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe I can tell the people.
No, it's okay. Let them play. Or I'll tell them.
Just again, people look at me.
Thank you, Vidyaji, and Sanjay also.
Let me say that recording is not.
But you cannot see Uncle Vin. Snack your audio.
There's some lecture going on now.
ये चालू किया आपने?
हाँ, चलो.
कर दिया on
Yeah.
recording on?
Recording.
Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you all, first of all, for coming. And you could be anywhere nice and enjoying it, such a good weather outside, but you are here. I am honored, really am. So today we'll just talk about the thank you protocol. How did I get excited about gratitude? That is the first thing I would like to. This is the chapter 1. So I'll just briefly mention to you what that chapter 1 is all about. I grew up in Prayagraj. So in Prayagraj there are lots of temples, obviously. Hanumanji temple, which I used to go almost every day. And my father used to accompany us. And when he accompanied us, he would be standing outside, guarding our chappals and shoes and things like that, right? And my mother and I and my brother used to go in, everything will be good right there. So when I come back, so we see he is coming with us. He is not going back into the temple or somewhere. So he is coming back with us. So we thought that, okay, maybe he is just not too keen on getting inside or something. But nonetheless, it doesn't matter. So life went on. But then I got a job in Bangalore at the National Institutes of Mental Health and Neuroscience in NIMHANS as a lecturer in psychopharmacology. So Bangalore temples are very good, very beautiful, huge, majestic and everything. All South Indian temples are really great, no doubt about that. So my mother said, let's go. I said, my mother is always fired up about temples, when she sees the deity and she's in tears and my goodness, what was going on? I don't know, what is going on, I don't know. Anyway, so she immediately took the shoes. In Bangalore, there are lots of cubicles, right? There are special place to keep shoes and all that. Everything is, my father is still standing outside. When I came back, I said, I have seen this happen over and over. What about, he is not guarding any chappal now. Why is he not getting inside the temple? So when we went home, I asked, I said, why did you not go to the temple inside? He said, well, your mom has been pestering me for a long time. Okay, call your mom, I'll give you the answer. So I said, why did you go to the temple? He asked my mom. He said, my mom says, तुम्हा लोकांचे आयुष्य गुड साठी शेखरचा जॉब चांगला असू दे, तुमचा हेल्थ चांगला असू दे, त्या मागायसाठी जाते. मॉम थिंग, राईट? मदर आस्क. आणि त्याच्याचमुळे मी जात नाही. दॅट्स द रिझन आय डोंट गो इनसाइड. बिकॉज people like you, hundreds of them are there asking, and I am afraid I might get sucked into asking the Lord when I am not done thanking my breath. I have not done thanking my breath. I have not yet been able to thank God for you, for Shekhar, for the house, for the food we eat, for the bird, for the rabbit, for the everything. I have not been able to thank, because for every moment I can only thank my breath. This is all I can do. So he does inhale, thank, and you. This is all he does all day. He said, I could not find still. And he started to cry. He said, God, I'll be most ungrateful person because I have not been able to thank you. And the entire house froze. Silence. Absolute silence. My mother prostrated, Dandavat, serious Dandavat. I am so sorry, she said. I have been judging you all life. And I thought you are an atheist. I thought this and that, but your level is very different. Here you are thanking every moment. And you are feeling insignificant compared to what will I go do there? Maybe I'll ask some more. So at that time when I'm asking for some more, I will not be able to thank the breath. So I'll be ungrateful for that breath. He was that high quality. So it's very different. So this is the chapter 1. So that's how I got initiated into gravity. However, that does not mean that I was full of gratitude. No. No. I was ungrateful person for a long, O-N-G, long time. Well, this is how it is. So this is the protocol that he used to do. And when I was in Canada for a year, that time I had 1 year visa and the visa was getting expired. And I mean, there are lots of things between this. You will read it in the book. And how those most challenging time, like you have no idea. Stress means ultimate, highest level of stress. Anxiety, depression, you name it, everything was happening right here. This is what I was teaching in the class in Bangalore. I was teaching and now everything is happening to me only. I said, oh my God. Then I called my dad, I said, what should I do? He said, did you take the vitamin G complex? I said, what is that? G complex is what about the gratitude complex? What all things are there in, when you are in gratitude, what happens to you actually? These are the different 7 different things that comes in together with gratitude. So that's the aspect of yogic aspect, where the 6 different things when happen, 7 different things along with gratitude. That I will discuss later. So this is how it is. You sit quietly, sit straight, and you inhale deeply, hold for 7 seconds, exhale, and again hold for 7 seconds. So when you are inhaling, you are saying thank, and when you are exhaling, say you, mentally. Thank you, who? Nobody in particular, just existence. Just this thing. Thank Vidya. Thank your nose. Thank your ears. Thank your eyes. Just thank anything. So this thank you protocol containing the gratitude component also, right? Because gratitude, when you thank, this particular thing itself rewires your brain. This thank you. Thank you is a powerful emotion. It rewires your brain. Say, I am giving you something, right? So you are saying thank you to me, right? In addition to, I am feeling that gratitude from you. So both are benefited. Not just the one who is giving or the one who is taking. Both the giver and the taker experience gratitude here. And that is what I will tell you, right? The science of it. So that way getting fired about. And then there is a pranayam component, deep breathing. So that shifts your sympathetic nervous system to parasympathetic. Yes, you got it. So parasympathetic is relaxed system. All the anxiety and stress and tensions go away in parasympathetic mode, whereas in the sympathetic mode you are out of control, stress, panic mode, all that other junk, And then there is, now this is the default activation of the chakras. Chakra means your Vidya will tell you all that good stuff. Right? So these chakras are real thing. So I used to be very argumentative and vehemently opposing this concept of chakra. I thought it was all nonsense. I'm a scientist, you know. I'm a scientist. I actually think everything which I doesn't feel has to be good, garbage. So anyway, I found out that it is a real thing. They are called plexus. Chakras are plexus. What happens is bunch of neuron. Neuron is a nerve cell, right? Bunch of neuron assemble together, make ganglion. And when bunch of ganglion get together, they form plexus. That's what it is. And plexus is real. It is a structural thing. So chakras are real. It is not like chakra as a chakra. It is different structure wise, but it is the activation zone, you can call that. And then you go into the hidden component, which is the meditative component, which is in the chapter 9 of Gravity of Gratitude. You learn a lot. This chapter 9 is the most read chapter by far, most. And towards the end, my interaction with my mother and how that is also heavily read by mostly women. So I see that. So there is this emotional guidance scale, right? Now over here, let me see. These are the lowest frequency emotions. How many people have felt fear,
Anybody
grief?
want to come closer? Please, so
Yeah, you can
want
come.
to closer.
You can come here, right here, sit here.
And there are chairs, so you can
Yeah.
actually read because the title is a bit small. So anybody wants to come
If you cannot read, please come here. Yeah.
Yeah, so Kumar, if you want to come.
You come here.
We can see.
You can
Good.
see.
Good.
Not doubting your eyesight, but it's
Okay. So the lowest frequency, fear, grief, depression, despair, powerlessness. This was the most experienced emotion during COVID time. Most. And during the COVID time, this book was released. So this was like home run. Almost. I used to do seminars like every day on Zoom, and like I don't know, I might have by Lord's grace been able to touch them in a positive manner, a whole lot of them, like few thousands. Within Naperville, outside Naperville, out of this country also, wherever. So I have been teaching all these things. So these emotions, these negative emotions, get you into a negative spiral, and you cannot get out. It is a slippery slope. It keeps getting down, and you are destroyed after that. Just simple 7 times saying Ujjayi breathing, always. Can constrict your throat. Okay, let's do it right here. Sit straight. Constricted breathing, just little bit. That sound should come. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Say thank. Hold. Exhale and say mentally you. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. So this is what you do 7 times. If you do 7 times, you jump directly from all the way, bypass everything and go to this. All the highest. And this emotion over here is close to the emotion, to the level, the frequency, energy frequency is equal to the, close to the consciousness. And that's why the jumping into, if you continue with not just 7 times, if you continue doing this over 7, 70, 77, I don't know how many times you can do, you jump into it suddenly. It is the fastest way to get to know your true nature. There is no other process that is so fast. So this is how it is. Now, what will happen to you is if you ask to do meditation, you will never be able to do it because mind will destroy you. This breathing, don't even worry about meditation. It gets you there. It pushes you inside there. So that's what it is. So when you are in the red zone, so all the negative emotions, right? This is what happens. Your system, body is recognizing stress. Who is the fellow who recognizes? There is some small region in the brain called hypothalamus which recognizes stress. It releases some hormone. Don't worry about the details. It activates the anterior pituitary. Pituitary is just sitting up where the nose ends and the soft part starts around here. That's where pituitary is. Now, once that activation happens, then it releases certain hormone which activates the adrenal cortex. Adrenal cortex is a gland sitting on top of the kidney, right? That releases cortisol. That is the dangerous hormone. I mean, very, very dangerous thing. Snake senses your cortisol. Dog senses your cortisol. And when they sense cortisol in you, they attack you. Otherwise, they don't. So you might see, if you are into deep meditation, your cortisol is non-existent. The snake will climb over you, you will never be hurt. So Shivji, Apna Lord Adidev, he has zero cortisol. So snake can come in and poison, nothing will happen to him. So what happens is, normally if there is a level of cortisol increased, what happens? That cortisol, it is important. Cortisol is very important for fight and flight. Because so you see a danger, you basically need to run, right? You have to gather enough energy into your muscles so that you can run faster. But if it is constantly produced, what happens? Then this feedback is missed out. Feedback regulation does not work after that. It can only work to a threshold. After that, it stops working. So it doesn't work. So cortisol keeps getting accumulated, and as a result of which, this is what happens, right? Increase in cortisol. Immune system is the first thing that gets impaired. So if you see, lot of people during the time of COVID had this challenge of getting infected. It was because of that stress and the fear that this virus will kill them was the one which impaired that immune system. Once the immune system is impaired, systemic inflammation happens. And that systemic inflammation is causing all the regular challenges. You see, digestive disorders, cardiac disorders, autoimmune dysfunctions, neurodegenerative disorder, dementia, Alzheimer, cancer, neuropsychiatric disorder. This was the major one that happened, and of course metabolic disorders. So all these things are essentially caused by impaired immune system, which results in inflammation, and then you are downhill. So you have to stop the whole stress cycle at the root itself. How do you stop it? Hold is very important. See, look, this is a pranayam. Pranayam is actually aware, full breathing. What is the awareness in pranayam? That you are breathing in, inhaling. When you are doing the ujjayi, you know exactly how well you are breathing in. What ujjayi does also I will share with you right now. Hold is very important. How do we do breathing? We don't hold. So we don't give enough time for oxygen exchange to take place. 21% oxygen we breathe in and 16% we breathe out. 5% only, 5% is not enough for the body. That's why you have to breathe again, again and again. So normally when you do this, hold, you will only breathe 2-3 times a minute. Whereas if otherwise you will breathe 16-17 times a minute. So this much, but at the same time you are giving enough oxygen and enough time for exchange and things like that. Okay. So this is the basically the when the dysfunction happen in the pituitary HPA axis. That's what this. These are the different brain frying mechanisms. I call them brain frying mechanisms. So everything happens right here. So you see this, the diseases of civilization is because they don't know how to breathe.
Yeah, very, I know, it's an open secret, right?
Open secret. The doctors don't like me because I tell them what is the right thing to do. So they say, oh, come, you tell me, but don't tell my patients. Anyway, so my dad says, if you're not feeling any of the green feelings, that is the only thing I did. I was only feeling unfulfilled all my life and even the red zone throughout my life. Finally, it dawned on me that what he was saying was not the right thing. It was not only the right thing, it was the only absolute thing he could tell me. So anyway, so when you're done thanking, thank more. Never, ever give up on thanking, because it is just the best thing in the world. And what is the best thing to thank is the breath, because that is with you all the time. You may forget about, you might lose your hand. So you say, oh, should I thank for the lost hand? No. You have a breath, yes. Then breathe. Thank the breath, because once the breath goes away, you are done. There is no way. So now, thank you protocol will be phony. This is the most important slide. I think until unless you have grace in the equation. If you do not have grace, means ahaituki kripa. Ahaituki kripa means anugraha. Anugraha means kripa superlative. Kripa to the power n. Right? For no apparent reason, I have been blessed with this whole body, blessed with all great friends like you all. How can I thank? I am so overwhelmed with gratitude because I understand the grace. If you don't understand grace, thank you protocol, it will become like less mechanical, phony, and it won't really. There have been a lot of questions you should come to Baltimore. You will get to know a lot of good people out there, just like them. So they bought the book, read it, and they had this question. Almost 80% of the thing. They said, I don't feel the thing that the way you say, when you say it, it feels different than when I say it. I said, why is that so? I said, did you go to read the chapter towards the end? Towards the end, I tell that I still don't get it, Mom. I haven't got it. It's all, the book has been written, everything is happening, but I still did not feel it. He said, grace is the most important. If you cannot experience grace, grace means for no apparent reason, you have been given. So what happens is, this is the prayer that helps a lot. Let me read it. Oh Lord, Supreme Being, I didn't ask for recommendations or make any special request, yet you have showered your grace upon me. You are giving this heart the power to beat. From the hair on my head to the toes of my feet, you are circulating blood 24 hours a day. You are continuously anointing my tongue which can recognize 10,000 flavors. Like today we have experienced some few thousand flavors right here. What an amazing tester is this. Oh Lord. Then he said, oh Lord, what kind of extraordinary machine have you installed within me that keeps me my bodily system running without stopping. This is the prayer I have posted today in a yogic neuroscience group. So because this was the constant question every day: how do I appreciate, how do I generate grace? This is how do I experience grace? What is the mechanism?
The
I said this.
simplest thing that we take for granted.
Yes,
Those are the
yes.
ones that we have to express gratitude
Yes,
for.
yes. Once you appreciate grace, gratitude is natural. You don't have to do it, right? The blood being formed in my bones and flesh, which with what unique architecture is this? Which is difficult for me to comprehend. I just don't know how the whole thing works. It is so beautiful. You have installed cameras with thousands of megapixels in my eyes. I mean, we can detect the finest thing out there. Capturing every moment day in and day out and putting them in my file here, not in the what you call in the sky, right?
Cloud.
Cloud, yeah, cloud. And my skin, which experiences countless sensations. What divine sensor system is this? And the sound frequency system in my body, which produces and encodes, decodes sound. What invisible power is driving all this? If you sit down and just contemplate on this, you will cry. At least when I talk about grace, I have to hold really deeply to not to flip out. I always flip out. This body filled with 75% water with thousands of holes, yet not leaking anywhere. This is porous body actually we have. And you, O Lord, are operating this machine from within. This is, and above all, the countless breaths every moment to keep all the system happening, right? Oh Lord, I am grateful for your invaluable cooperation in this amazing game of life. Grant me the wisdom to be a part of this selfless and pure joy, right? And may I always experience your divine operations. May my gratitude for your grace remain awake every moment. This is my prayer. O Lord, Supreme Being, may I find refuge in your feet and your blessings always be with me. So, this is a beautiful prayer acknowledging grace. So I had to come up with something for people to hold on to. They have read the book, but they have not been benefited yet. So this is the new, I have not, and this is the first time I have put here in this talk. This particular slide is a brand new slide.
But it's not in the book?
No.
Okay.
This is not in the book. This is not in the book, and this is not in other talks I have given. I have done several talks on this subject, but I have this one constantly hammering on my head. Almost every day, email and WhatsApp, and messages. I don't feel it. Why? Anyway, this is what happens when you are thankful and non-thankful. See the difference in sympathetic and parasympathetic here. So now, when you are really thanking from your heart, what happens? Just here where you put the bindi, right here, just behind it, there is a ventromedial prefrontal cortex. This is the one which supports giving and gratitude both. So when I am giving something and when you are receiving something and saying thank you and I am accepting the thanks, that time this activation happens in both. So how do they know that this activation happens in both? There is a study called functional magnetic. Oh my God, what my shoes fell. My shoes flipped. Thank you.
Okay?
I am okay. This fell down. I think somewhere the glue fell down. That's okay. That's character building.
Thank you.
Yes, I did. I know. Thank you. Yes, in addition to that, let's say when you throw away something that you have used with lot of reverence and love, don't just discard it. Thank you. Let's say your undergarment or underwears, whatever. you may throw, or the socks which are torn and there you want to throw away. Don't throw away just like that. That fellow was helping you all over life. That covered your body, that helped you. The shoes, for instance, the shoes protected you from the heat, the thorns, the mud, the whatever. So that is, say a good prayer and say, you have been so grateful, I thank you very much. Forgive me if I have hurt you anyway. Those people, everything has consciousness. It's not that, it's just not expressed. We are the highest creature which have the highest expression level of consciousness, but those also have, stone also have consciousness. Anyway, so what happens is, this is a functional magnetic resonance imaging, right? What you do is, say, blood oxygenation, blood level, BOLD is blood oxygenation level dependent thing. So in the blood, who carries the oxygen? Hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is what? Iron. It is a ferromagnetic substance. So if the ferromagnetic substance is put in a magnetic field, what happens? It flips its vibration, and that is exactly what they read suddenly. So whenever there is an excess of activity in a particular brain area, that oxygen level is required for activity, right? Suddenly that oxygen level will be more pronounced in those areas. So that is what they measure. So it's a non-invasive, very, very beautiful technique. Non-invasive, you just have to go into the imager, and they tell you the instructions. They say you think about something beautiful. You think about thanking the Lord, or your mom, or your grandma, and the brain immediately senses that area, get activation. Let's say, for instance, right now somebody wanting to run, take a jog. I want to jog. Instantly, the very thought of jogging will get your blood oxygen level higher in your thighs muscles. Immediately, it is that fast. Intention happened. That's it. It is so fast. So when that activation is, when you're touching your forehead, when Vidyaji talks about meditation, and he said, okay, focus on your forehead or pay attention to your forehead. That attention to the forehead, that her saying itself causes that to happen. It is that rapid. So this is how this is done. So this is the region, prefrontal cortex, the ventromedial prefrontal cortex and medial frontal cortex, right? So these guys are my friends. They shared me this slide, and of course they have published it eventually. I wanted to put it in the book, but they said, sure, go ahead, take it. This is okay. But the editor objected. He said, no, this is a book is for profit purposes. Those journal people will be after you then. they say, even the author may not, because the author has given the copyright to the journal. So the journal will try to harass you. So don't worry. So I said, okay. So this is the reason when they are saying, when they are experiencing gratitude, right? And in addition to that, when the same people who are experiencing this higher expression of oxygen in the brain, they were taking the blood out also, and they were measuring these different levels of dopamine, oxytocin, endorphin, and all that. So and they were also increased. So your body is bathing in the feel-good hormones all the time, and that changes the whole body chemistry. You are a loving human being from inside. This is the beauty of it.
I'm so sorry. I have to drive to Naperville, so I'm so sorry to interrupt.
So why you have to drive? I have to drive to Naperville too.
We are going along, so.
Okay.
Wait.
Sorry about that.
Wait,
It was so
wait.
interesting, it was engaging.
Yeah.
But back in the mind, it's saying you have to drive to
Yeah.
Naperville.
So your blood is getting here rather than here.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah.
Continue.
Okay.
Thank you for
Sure,
that.
sure.
And please do share the prayer.
Yes, she has that. I'll share with Vidya.
Bye everyone. Bye.
So, So this is the region that they call, I don't know, okay. This is the region that is just, this is prefrontal cortex, ventromedial prefrontal cortex, and this is a place where you put your bindi. This is a bindi spot. So when you say, when there is a reason why our saints have said, put a bindi here. For men also, they want you to put tika here, and for women, they will ask you why. The moment you touch this, your attention goes here, activation, certain activation. And that activation drives the entire brain wiring. This prefrontal cortex is a Vivek Buddhi is right here. The discerning intellect to discern what is right and what is wrong and go with the right. This is what happens. So this is not some kind of a fashion show or something. No, it's just something very profound, very, very profound. When you touch this, put a bindi here, that heaviness itself will carry. And why they ask you to put chandan tilak, because chandan tilak when it dries, it is little heavy, and that causes that activation of prefrontal cortex all the time. So this is another area which is whenever we are in total gratitude, you cannot be having toxic thinking about others. You always in a mode of seeking forgiveness and for forgiving also, both. In Varanasi, there is one small, I would say motel or hotel, I don't know, small place, where people want their children, old people want their children to put them there. Don't worry about us. Just we will go, just chill. You manage your own life, and the owner of that motel will inform you we are finished, so we'll take care. You take care of us later on. Not, and most people, he asked everybody who was almost willing to die tomorrow, today, whatever. What is the one thing that you think you could have done better in life? One thing, 100%, not 100% people said, I wish I had sought forgiveness. I wish I had forgiven both. I wish I would have gone and asked whatever the person is, please, I am so sorry, please forgive me for this. All our life problem would have solved. I won't have carried that angst with me till today. Or I would have said, I forgive you. Don't worry. But I carried with me that. This is, once you are in gratitude, you go out there by force. Hey, Vidya, you know what, last time that this and this happened, it was my fault. I am so sorry. Please forgive me, I have hurt you a lot. I really don't mean to do that, and I thank you very much for being a part of my life. बस हो गया. ये चीज़ होना चाहिए सबके साथ. The attitude of gratitude allows you to do this with such depth. And when that happens, what happens? This particular area, there is a middle frontal gyri right here, that grows in thickness, and it allows for the act of forgiveness both ways. Please forgive me, or I seek forgiveness. I forgive you, both. I forgive you and I seek forgiveness. Both happens right there. This is the one which I was. Love and compassion increases. This, when you are constantly in gratitude, this area of the right hemisphere, there is a region called insular cortex. Insular cortex is the least studied area in Western science. This is the most, right now it is big time being studied. And this is in the Wisconsin, David Perlman and Richard Davidson, they have been my colleagues also. So, so this area of prefrontal cortex, insular area especially, they have such profound effect in love and compassion. Brilliant, and they also are ones which uh, rewire the brain architecture completely. So that's also the. So this is the brain on gratitude. So it wires and fires new neurons, increases dopamine, serotonin level, reduces fear, anxiety, and increases the cognitive restructuring possibilities in our here, in the prefrontal cortex. This is the place where Bharatji exists. Bharat Charitamrit Sindhu, I have discussed it, Vidyaji knows about that. So this portion is this is the only portion which is growing to evolve in the future. This portion, the prefrontal cortex, it is still evolving. And the ones which have evolved, seriously evolved, is Bharatji in Ramcharitmanas or in Ramayana. Ramchandraji's brother, younger brother, Bharatji is the epitome of the ultimate evolution of how a person will be like if he has evolved his prefrontal cortex to that extent. That has already been discussed there. What are the qualities of that person who has this developed? Metacognitive, not only metacognitive, super metacognitive intelligence, which means Vivek Buddhi in addition to that Dharma Buddhi also. Vivek Buddhi, mostly Vivek, Vivek is all about yes and no, either or, right? But if you add love into it and Dharma into it, that is what Bharatji is about. So, anyway, Bharatji is unbelievable. So, now the pranayam component, right? Deep breathing. Now, pran pratishtha. Pranayam is all about pran pratishtha. We are Shwas Pratishthit people. From the day when we were born, we were Shwas Pratishthit. And till today, if we are not understanding what is pranayam, pranayam is not breathing. It is awareful breathing where you are aware of the 4 aspects in the breathing cycle. 100% awareness of the 4 aspects, not just inhale, exhale. Inhale, kumbhak, exhale, kumbhak, inner antar kumbhak, bahya kumbhak. This has to happen. Then only pranayam happens, and then you will be pran pratisthit. So long we just do the Shwas Pratishtha. We'll talk about that right now. So this is the stone, right? The Krishna Shila came from Nepal. Under construction, Ram Lala, under construction, right? Now this is Ram Lala idol. This is idol. This is not deity yet. This pran pratishtha happens. Then only the deity becomes, the idol becomes deity. And who does that pran pratishtha? Only a yogi can do it. Who has himself been pran pratisthit. Then only he can do it. Because he internalizes every aspect of that idol and makes it a part of his own system. And then only he does that. And they lose a lot of energy doing that. After that, they have gone underground. They don't even talk to anybody. Once their pran pratishtha has happened, those people who have done the pran pratishtha are almost disappeared. They don't come out. They just vanished. So then only you go and talk to that deity, and that deity fulfills your wishes, right? This is what happens. But we can be that same deity. How do you go about doing that? This is sculpting a development of human idol, right? This is what I used to study once upon a time. Now, Shwas Pratisthit baby. The first, he cries, right? That baby cries, and that's what Shwas Pratishtha happens. Adult who is still Shwas Pratisthit adult, and old person still Shwas Pratisthit, and never knew what pran pratishtha was. बड़े भाग मानुष तन पावा, सुर दुर्लभ सब ग्रंथ निगावा. Right? We have got such a brilliant, beautiful body for what? For watching TV? No. Okay. Anyway, how to get pran pratisthit? So this is how it is. When you empty lung, inhale, and then this is the doorway to consciousness. Basically, when you hold, nothing is happening right there, but everything is happening right there. Nothing outward is happening, but everything is happening. So this is, and then you exhale and again hold. That again is the doorway for. This is what in Hanuman Chalisa, yogic neurosciences, Hanuman Chalisa, I discussed this aspect. Tumre bhajan Ram ko pave. How does your bhajan, Hanuman Chalisa, get you to Ram? Right? Your bhajan means awareness of what? Breath, inhalation, exhalation. Ram ko pave means that consciousness, right? Consciousness. Ram is nothing, is not the Dashrath Putra here. Here we are talking about Sarveshu Ramante iti Rama, that which pervades everything is Ram. Every fiber of every aspect, every atom, everything is Ram. That is Ram. When you are aware of your breathing, you get in, that is the consciousness. Our consciousness is Ram actually. This is basically Shwas Pratishtha, this bottom line. And that it doesn't help get to consciousness. Pranayam is awareful breathing, and simple inhalation and exhalation unawareful breathing. So this is the beginning of Pranapata, Ujjayi Pranayam, oceanic breathing you call it. This is, you have to constrict the throat a little bit. So this is the place where when you constrict the throat, here this is the area, right here. This is the place where you constrict. So there is a little space here, very tiny space. That gets vibration going on. So this is the spot, right? So this particular medulla and pons are has the breathing centers in our respiratory physiology. So when you do Khechari Mudra, which is one of the major mudras in Kriya Yoga, you turn your tongue and towards the soft part and then you breathe. Oh, so what happens when you're constricting, you're narrowing down your area of air going in. Bernoulli's principle, how many people know Bernoulli's principle? Pressure and velocity. The inverse relationship between pressure and velocity, that is Bernoulli's principle happening here. And so what happens is, because of less air, you're getting more pressure, less pressure, so more velocity. So this is what happens, the opposite of pressure and velocity, right? So you are constricting it, making it much more happen and affecting that pons and medulla oblongata, that area. So this area is Agya Chakra actually, right? Let me show you how that. This particular area, facing this side, right here. I mean, it's all the way right here, inside, right? So this particular area has 5 different respiratory groups, receptors. Breathing remains constant. These receptors get activated, and that is what our 5 different pran, apan, vyan, these different vayu systems these are not vayus, they are not like, these are real physiological functions of our body, right? And these are the different, say, vyan vayu is controlled, it controls the Anahat and Manipura chakra. And apan vayu Swadhisthana chakra, saman vayu Manipura chakra, apan vayu Swadhisthana chakra, pran vayu Vishuddhi chakra, vyan vayu Anahat chakra. Now what are these stuff all about? These are the stuff which control our body physiological functions. Which are the functions? So pran vayu, when the pran vayu receptor gets activated, what happens? The breath remaining the same. There are 5 different receptor types. So they have different connection to the different areas of the brain. One of them is respiratory control center, another is circulatory center, right? Circulatory, and again neuroimmune, excretory and digestive. So these are the 5 special physiological function which breath controls actually. That's why when you say, when you are a master of your breath, you can control everything in physiology. Now, if there is any doctor here, they will know that all the diseases are in here only. So all the disease you can control to get rid of. See, if you have asthma, you breathe properly. If you have a circulatory problem, you breathe properly. If you have a neuroimmunology, you breathe.
Just breathe.
Just breathe, dog, breathe properly. You have to teach them how to breathe. And worst part is the people hyperventilate when you tell them how to do the breathing. They hyperventilate, they cannot do it. Anyway, that's fun. So this is what Panchamukhi Hanumanji is about. Panchamukhi Hanumanji is Ekmukhi when you do the breath. One breath gone in, but once it goes in, it becomes 5. Panchamukhi Vayu, the Panchavayu, right? So all this Panchavayu is this. This is Panchavayu, this is Hanumanji, right? Respiratory, circulatory, neuromin, excretory, digestive. All the diseases will be gone from your life. These are the major areas of diseases, right? Okay. So when you say, show me, this is a partial slide, but this could have been a bigger slide. I cut it down just to show you a little bit. So this is the area where you see that medulla oblongata here. This is respiratory center, this is cardiovascular center. And then what happens, these guys are connected to different part of the brain which controls the system, basically. It is not just this control, this goes to the brain, and then all the 5 different receptor types and the 5 different areas of the brain control the rest of the whole body. So when we breathe in and inhale, I just shared with you this, what happens actually. This is the reason. And you can get more oxygen per breath inside you when you hold, and you don't have to breathe 5 times, 25 times a minute. You can do it in just 2 or 3, 4 minutes, 4 breaths per minute. You have cut down 1/4 of your breathing and increased 1/4 of your lifespan, healthy one, not the miserable one, healthy lifespan. And when you exhale, if somebody wants the papers, the real science behind it, they call it transient hypoxia. Exhale and hold. Biokumbhak has been worked very heavily in science. What happens? Hypoxia inducing factor, HIF1 alpha, beta, gamma, all different types of hypoxia inducing factors are there. They get released and they regulate hematopoietic stem cell system. Bone marrow, remember the bone marrow? It contains hematopoietic stem cell system which regulate the blood cells as well as the immune cells, T cells, B cells, macrophages, natural killer cells, all the beautiful cells that are first line defense in our body. Hold. This causes that to happen. Neuroplasticity, neurogenesis happens. Alzheimer's disease is protected. You don't get Alzheimer, you don't get dementia, eventually never. Promotes chondrogenesis. Vidya, what was the name you said? That doesn't happen.
I know the face, but I can't remember the name.
Exactly. They meet you somewhere. I think I met you somewhere. Abhi to will say. Oh yeah. ऐसे नहीं होने वाला है. Okay, this promotes chondrogenesis. How many people have in the so-called old age, they say I have fractured hip and this and that fell down? Hold. This develops all that. You don't need to go to doctors or replace your hips anymore. Promote cardiomyocytes.
Exhale and hold.
Exhale and hold. Everything will be fine. I have got the data. I have
practicing this. Hopefully, this will all go through this. I will get out you.
Exhale and hold, Baba. Just hold it for a while. Just this.
What's the rush, right?
What's the rush? Just hold it. So this is ever growing list actually. It started off with this only. This is the first thing that people found out. Then they started to find out in neurogenesis also is starting to happen. New neurons are formed. And then they said, oh, if that is the case, then if we should test this possibility in Alzheimer's disease, then can we slow down the Alzheimer's? And yes, it did. Of course, haldi also helped. So, chondrogenesis, bone marrow. When anything which is something to do with bone marrow, obviously chondrogenesis also is taken care of, cardiomyocytes, which means if we have had an heart infarct somewhere, some portion of the heart did not died or didn't receive the blood, it can regenerate cardiomyocytes in those. That is amazing. Okay, this is personal transformation starts to happen, and that is exactly what I was talking. My father said, if you are activating your Manipura chakra by whichever mechanism, he did not know all what I am talking here. I had correlated with all that. I said, if you are giving gratitude, whenever you are feeling very, suppose Vidyaji gives me good food like this particular cereal thing, that's so nicely made. What happened? पेट से दुआएं निकलती है ना. पेट से दुआएं का मतलब क्या है कि this chakra got fired up and she's happy. So when I am fulfilled, this is chakra which gets activated anyhow. So either a baby who is fed nicely, he is a happy baby, right? Why? Because his Manipura chakra is activated, right? So that once you have one chakra activated, that second, two more chakra above it and two chakras below it get activated by default. This is the beauty of it. And the science has told that heart chakra, the love and compassion, remember? That happened. Let go happens. Because the let go is what? This is the area where you control the kidney and urinary bladder and all that, large intestine. So letting go aspect happens in our body also here. At the same time, holding on to a thought, holding on to a possession, holding on to a relation also happens the same place. If that chakra is not activated, you will hold on. Let go cannot happen. So let go happens only when you have this chakra activated. How do you go about activating this chakra? Activate this first. This will get activated automatically. And love, and then acceptance and communication. There is a concept called mindset and heart set. How many people have heard mindset is everything? I
It
used
matters only if you mind it.
Mindset is everything. But now I have revised it. I said, no, heart set is everything. And somebody said, no, mindset and heart set both are everything. Then I said, okay, great. Then what happened? Mindset is important for somebody receiving something. That person's mindset is important. But my heart set, if I have to tell you something, let's say, your mindset has to be in particular orientation. Your mindset has to be right in order for my things to be accepted in your logically also, right? Not like, oh, I don't think this is right. Where is the time? I think I have to go. This should not happen. Right? This happens only when you do not have that mindset. You are not to be blamed for that. My heart set has to be right. The communicator's heart set has to be right in order. I have to understand your mindset, and I have to have the right heart set. So both are important for right communication. So this is what happens. And then the clarity of this is when you are surrendered. Only when you are surrendered, the clarity happens in your thinking. And of course, grace is, you cannot do anything to it. That's why they call you 6, 7 centers, not the other ones. The top ones is not your role. Nothing to do with it. Anyway, so this is what happens. So, in the chapter 9, towards the end I said, why wait till tonight? I thought I just sat down mentally saying thank you while inhaling deeply and you while exhaling completely for 16 hours straight. I just sat there. What happened during that time? How could I sit just like that and not fall off? I was sitting in straight 16 hours. What happened? That is the meditative component. As a peep into the consciousness space, direct experience of consciousness space, our true default nature. wrap up? Cool. So okay, and so let's do this. I just wanted to show with you in the initial part of the meditation, or whatever, the mind is all over, then certain part of the brain gets activated and it picks up this. It allows this a distraction. Awareness of distraction keeps you focused again. This is the sequence in which it happens, and then what happens is you are disengaging from that distraction, and then you have a very sustained rhythmic breathing going on, and the brain activity goes down and down and down, and then you are into this consciousness space. This is what happens. So I'll just go fast, rub it out, and let's go. So what happens is, now you have become Pran Pratishthit. Now you can say that I am Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi, only when you have Pran Pratishthit happen, then only this happens. Okay? So I'll just go with this. We cannot understand the true meaning of gratitude without first appreciating grace. Grace is undeserved favor. It cannot be earned. Gratitude is the most beautiful flower that arises from our inner core. And then the bud opens slowly. It becomes a flower slowly. Soon it will become wings. It will have wings in the form of fragrance, and the whole life will become fragrant. Soon not only one flower, but millions of flowers shall bloom. And even when one more flower blooms because of your blooming, know well, the spring has come. So this is the end of it.
The spring has come now.
Exactly. Anyway, so this is, thank you very much. I really appreciate you being so patient with me. Sorry I have taken a little more time. Got excited.
But then the Jain monks also, the Jain monks.
Yes.
So that is their philosophy of gratitude, right? Like they say there's not even an ant you must step.
Oh, yes.
Aren't they like?
Yes.
More?
Perfect. Whenever you are evolved spiritually, you will always see everything as an extension of you only. You don't hurt yourself willingly, right? Willfully. Same way as the ant also is your extension. You don't want to hurt that ant. Because if that ant is hurt, one part of you is hurt. Because that is an extension, right?
Yeah, Vidya, why don't you say on this thing? So
Yeah.
everybody will heard what you want to say. See here. Go ahead, you can.
No, just go on. आपका चलने दो. मैं sorry अपनी.
नहीं, आपको क्या
नहीं,
sign करके देने.
Yeah, बोल दो.
Yeah, so he, thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you. I was looking for the gift that I have for you. That I'm just seeing
Yes,
where
right
it
here.
is. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
So this is something small from back. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Sorry.
a small something from us for enlightening us. This is a small thank you. So I hope you all got something that we have been practicing every time in the class, but now you know more science behind it. So thank you for bringing that, bringing a spring to all of our lives. So, and he is willing to sign the books for you because I have got the books for you all. So if you don't mind, just wait for a few seconds and he'll quickly sign them.
I'll sign your with your name.
Yeah, you can tell your name so you can sign because ये back थोड़ा.
Because
Oh, thank you. इनको पहले किताब ऐसी दे दो. Then you can.
Vidya, you can have it if you want
No,
to.
I don't want. You can have it. No, I'll keep it.
पेरेंट्स लोग ये पेरेंट्स बहुत ज़्यादा खा गए यार आवाज़ क्लियर भी है ना भागे ना वहाँ से
Shekhar ji, if you need some other pens also. Vidya, if you want to say something else, you don't have to shout.
So I can speed up
What do you mean?
so that I can just speak. So yeah, I want to thank you all also for coming and gracing us with your presence, blessing us, and so good to practice with you all. So you know, laughing with me every day, breathing with me, and holding your breath. That's where our regeneration happens. So thank you for being wonderful fellows on this yogic journey.
You are stability and you are life.
Thank you, this is a.
Thank you.
This gesture is, I don't know, we cannot even.
And the only request is read slowly.
And in every breath, thank you.
Read very slowly, then what that will get the maximum benefit.
See, so there's a WhatsApp group.
She has.
Just wrap up.
Okay, good idea. Thank you. Yeah.
So, do you want two books? If you don't want two books, or if you want two books, you can take two books also. For two of you.
You want to read?
You want to read one? So then this one is for him. You take the book and that one is for him.
ये सब क्रैश करना है अभी ये अच्छा
सुचिता?
है ये तो अच्छा है
Again, so you just. If there are two dirty, then let it go.
ये तो साफ है
Yeah, dirty. Yeah, it is dirty, so let it go, but if it is clean, keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it is clean, keep it. You want me to throw it away? Yeah, throw it away.
कहाँ से मैं
Yeah. Okay, okay. Arun, you take this slowly. And put it in. Very small. Yeah. You can take the whole thing, yeah.
I think he has his older sister to look up to, right? Yeah. I think it doesn't matter. They do whatever they want to do. Still has a real estate.
Now this one.
It was high level, but not detailed.
Read slowly.
No, he knows. Yeah, no, my daughter also knows. Yeah. No, she knows.
Yes, sir.
At least, yeah, at least they have narrowed it down. Yeah. That was the big one. Yeah, one thing I saw.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking about planning by Intel. ये बहुत अच्छा है क्या? We didn't have also already filled it. Thank you. पढ़ने चाहिए ये glasses yeah I was thinking dollar tree की होगी light होगी ये
Yeah, this is good. No, there is no, there should be a, yeah, there is a water inside because there should be a ice, just pour ice.
हो गया ठीक है गाड़ी
No, no, if you lift, there is an ice. No,
Sure, nice to meet you. How are you? Nadia. Did you get anything out of it?
What, no, this will come out, no, but what you asked me, will back again.
You
Whatever
get
food
anything
is
out
there.
of it?
अच्छा तो स्कूल का रेगुलर आवर्स थैंक यू सो मच थैंक यू
Yeah, yeah. I think Vidya, you want to give something?
Yeah, no.
Or drop?
No, I have to go, so.
But are you home? Are you home?
I can bring some food.
Yeah, we'll drop some time from home. No, if you're there home for another 1 hour. Okay. I'll ring the bell.
Let me give some for
This is trash, right? Next time live
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Nice meeting you again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see outside.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Thank you so much.
नहीं, ये अलग ये थोड़ा इधर ही रखो.
Don't read too fast. Okay.
I think let's.
नमस्ते, नमस्ते. आप बताइए कैसी हैं?
I was just doing some work.
Yes, 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 yes.
So I did not get so busy to beautify the wine coming out.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Vidya.
Maybe your dad wants to eat? Oh, yes, clean up. Maybe some here, you'll try someday.
Oh, and the fruits?
Yeah, fruit we can, we get, do we have plate chili? You want to take some hotel, my sons?
Please, please. Thank you so much. Ask them to read slowly. That's the only request. Because fast reading won't help.
Let me get you back.
Yes.
Tomorrow is the bag day. Thank you.
जी हाँ, जी हाँ, right? Is it okay?
You want to have some? You want to eat watermelon? Sophia, you want to eat watermelon? She's shy.
She's like,
I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh,
Thank you.
no way to do that.
okay. Yeah, you saw it?
Thank you.
Oh, yes, yeah, let's
इसको एक
go.
अपन एक थोड़ा दे देंगे ये कुछ प्लेट है क्या here is
Yeah, plates are ready.
just
Just load it.
yeah we have to I forgot the group picture that's okay okay
Yeah.
everybody is yeah well I'll just give you this
You like it?
small dish
Thank you.
then bowl में
Ball में दे दो ना.
you'll take one
No, no. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. You can take home and eat. Okay. चम्मच ही होगी. One second. ये चम्मच ही fork से. नहीं, हाँ, चम्मच ही होगा.
sorry we were just picking up so maybe we can try this I hope you like sugar.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
ये इसका होगा. इसका भी होगा.
This is your daughter?
Yeah.
अरे वाह.
Aruna.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you.
इसको कहीं उसमें रख दे.
I love that part, the chakra one. Let go,
Yes.
forgiveness.
You want to carry it to your car?
That will
Yeah.
calm down
Yeah.
your body like automatically.
Completely.
Completely. Two words.
Two.
Two things just
Yeah, I'll get
let
some
go
more.
and forgiveness.
I'll get some
Oh,
more.
Yes.
Ladies, you want to take some watermelon?
सब कुछ सब
Yeah.
active- ये हर एक चक्र एक्टिव रहता हूँ.
Right, yeah, I know that. Sometimes we know everything, ki how we can cure
How about
ourselves,
we
but it's
some
hard to take
Can you take
first
some watermelon?
And one more thing I have to tell you. My father never ever in his life, whole life, not a day sick.
ये बाहर ले आओ.
I'm not fond of reading book, but I will read this book.
I appreciate that. By the way, this is not written through, not by me.
Your experience? All right.
No, not by me. I was never, it was written through me. Somebody else was writing it. I don't know where, how it was written.
So yeah.
I was, you will know that I was in the zone.
Shall we put like this?
Yeah, that's good, that's good. I'll wash it later. Can I take this? Yeah, this goes there, yeah.
What thing you use?
वो भेड़ का- I think वो if you put it in the bag, there's a bag में रखवा दूँ।
Yeah, of course.
ये चिवड़ा होता है,
Yeah.
चटनी और चीज़ होता है।
Yeah.
So
There is a
sort of
empty bag.
taking- Yeah, this one also. Oh yeah, the curry can go.
हाँ.
Curry can go the box.
Thank you.
So much. अपने वो डब्बे लाए ना? You want to take some curry?
Will I carry? I
You
have
have
a
a
bag.